into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Another beautiful Monday greets you as we welcome you back after a great weekend, hopefully for you. But this is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on SABC3. Good morning, everybody.
Was it great, though?
You know what?
Was it great?
I'm trying to see the silver lining. Look, there are the clouds, the dark clouds, silver lining.
We'll call it the saving grace. We'll call it the saving grace. Well done, Brandon Grace, winning the Nedbank Challenge. Incredible golfing, but I don't even know where to begin with the rugby and the football. They were own goals.
How about we just skip over it and not talk about it?
I don't even know.
I know Ashfaq is here, but let's not.
I don't even know what we're talking about. We've been hugging each other, me and Ashfaq, since we arrived this morning. We've just been embracing. But we'll get into all of the weekend sporting lows.
Exactly. Well, hopefully the entertainment news is going to be a bit of high. They've been beefing for a while, but it seems like Casper Invest and AKA have chosen chicken this time because they're teaming up, and we'll show you exactly what they're teaming up on.
You believe that?
Hey?
You believe that?
That they want chicken?
Collaborate?
That they're teaming up?
What do you think they're doing?
Oh, okay.
They both sharks, so they both have sharks.
Well, turning 18 is very exciting, and our matriculants, most of them, if not 18 already, will be turning 18, and there are a few things you can do only once you're 18. We'll explore that during today's Expresso amp.
Absolutely, and then also looking forward to hearing singer, songwriter, and guitarist extraordinaire Loki Rothman is in our studio. What's up, Loki? That guy's guitar skills are out of this world, and now that he's got into making his own music as well, it's absolutely amazing. Can't wait to hear it. It's going to be a wonderful Monday. Absolutely. Well, let's take a look at what's happening with the temperatures all around the local front.
Good morning, team, and a very warm welcome from my side on your fresh Monday morning. Let's have a good one together. Now, let's quickly get into your weather and those temperatures. Now, this Monday, you can expect hot but partly cloudy conditions across most parts of the country, with thunder showers forecast for some high-felt areas. Then the Western Cape can expect cooler temperatures going into the week. Jou temperature, Polo begin op 16, dit styg na 29 grade maksimum. Mbombela 17 en 'n warm 31. Pretoria ook 17, 31 met 'n paar donderstorms wat verwag kan word. Johannesburg 16 en 29. Mahikeng 19, 32. Klerksdorp begin op 18 en styg na 31 grade. Kimberley 18 en 'n warm 33 met 'n paar donderstorms. Bloemfontein 16, 32. Richards Bay on 22 with a maximum 32. Pietermaritzburg 19, 31. Durban 22 and a high of 27. Mthatha starting off on 16 with a maximum 28 degrees. East London 16, 22. Cradock on 14 with a maximum 32 and a couple of thunder showers in the area. Port Elizabeth 16, 22, George 14, 20 and a couple of showers expected. Sutherland on 8 degrees minimum, nice and cool, but then warming up to 23 later on today. Cape Town 14, 20, Worcester 13, 23, Springbok starting off on 10 also with a maximum of 23. Uppington very, very hot today, 14 minimum with a maximum of 37 later on today. That's a wrap of your weather for the 6:30 bulletin. As always, we'll keep you updated. I'm back just after 7 with another look at those temperatures.
Thank you, Ewan. Well, on that note, let's take a first look at your roads. We start off in Western Cape and Khayelitsha. There's been an accident on the N2 inbound just after Muway. It's obstructing the left shoulder, so please approach with caution. And then in Gauteng, there's also been an accident on the N12 eastbound near the Elands interchange. You can expect slow-moving traffic over there. Well, that's where I leave your traffic for now. Another update coming your way in half an hour.
Dynamics, effective, affordable healthcare.
Sorry that I've been moaning all morning, so let's just get this out of the way. It was a crushing weekend for South African sports fans as Bafana failed to qualify for next year's World Cup in Russia, of course, while the Springboks fell to another record defeat against the Irish. With his review of all of the major moments in sport from this weekend, sports journalist Ashfaq Mohammed now joins us this morning.
Hi, Greg.
Dude, I'm going to stop hugging you. I know we've been embracing the whole morning. It's rough, dude. It really is a rough one. And I think South African fans, we know that we don't get to go out there and play on the field, but I think we feel it as deeply as any fan possibly could. Our blood really does run green, and it's impossible to know where to begin with this. To be honest, I felt this was more of a betrayal than losing to Japan. Just in light of what we saw against the All Blacks in Newlands, of what we know the Springboks are capable of in this little mini resurgence we've had since last year, it just completely fell apart. Who do we? Because surely we have to apportion blame.
Yeah.
Surely blame, responsibility has to fall on someone's shoulders.
Talking about hugs, I think the South African sports fans need a hug themselves.
Yeah,
so
man.
I'm giving you a collective hug there. You know, I think the Newlands test against the All Blacks gave them a false sense of security, but that was played on emotion because their backs were against the wall and they were in trouble. And, you know, typical Springbok performance, tackling anything that moves, and they got within a point and they got to Ireland thinking they can knock these guys over. But wrong selections, wrong game plan, kicking the ball away when you're inside the Irish half. What were they thinking? You know, it's just about thinking on your feet. There's a game plan that the coach clearly implemented to play a territory game, but also the players need to take responsibility when they're on the field. You know, if a space opens up in front of you, don't kick the ball away.
If a player is standing a metre away from you, pass the ball to his hands. At what point do you say, okay, Ross Cunha, stop kicking? At what point does the captain need to stand up and make adjustments on the field?
Yeah, he's got to, you know, even it's a bit, he wasn't the Stormers captain this year, so that for me is also an issue. For the non-Super Rugby captain to be the Springbok captain, also it's a wrong call. You know, I said earlier in the year, Siya Kolisi should have come in when Warren Whiteley became injured. Yeah. So those kind of things come in when the pressure's on. You know, it's easy when you're playing Argentina.
Okay, so that's done and dusted. We move on to another disappointment this weekend, Bafana. I think we're a little less betrayed by this one. We could have done without an own goal, but Senegal, I think we expected to go through.
Yeah, look, when you have a guy outside Mane's class in your team, you know, you just split the Bafana defense with one pass, 3 guys out of the game, easy tapping kind of goal. But also Bafana missed quite a few chances and comes back to that lack of a finisher up front. You know, a type of Benny McCarthy guy who's in the box and just puts the ball away, you know. So they had chances. Manyama hit the post as well.
So we're going to say shame on you, South African sport, on our fans' shoulders as well. But of course, a big congratulations to Brandon Grace, who shot, I think, the round of his life, 6 under 66 on the final take to take the Nedbank Challenge. So well done, sir. You are a worthy champion. And of course, we also had the South African Sports Awards, which Ashfaq and I will get into a little bit later this morning. Some reasons to celebrate this morning.
Well, still to come on your Feel Good Breakfast show, we are taking a look at local news, and it seems like Casper Nyovest and AKA are teaming up. We'll tell you why after the break.
Well, there's a bit of good news after that very kind of somber sports review. Man, I feel like I should go give Graham a bit of a hug, man. He's really down and out. But listen, we're also heading to Plumstead High School for the for Expresso Amp this morning. We're talking about some of the new responsibilities that comes with turning 18. Can you remember what it was like? It was like yesterday for you.
5 years ago, yeah.
5 years. 5 years ago. All right. Well, it was awesome. Stick around for that and a whole lot more on your Feel Good.
You were like 20 years ago.
I never moved in wishing wells. 1, 2, 1, 2. Whoop. Looking back now, I was young and naive, wishing for things that I don't really need. Through all the trouble, I wish I knew that it was all a map to you. Kan ek vir hulle sê wat ek ek het my bietjie meer gitaar stuur. Now you're here with me and now I know it's true. It was all a map as the light breaks through, navigating from your heart as you walk into the room. It was all a map to you.
Dis cool, ons gaan die ander track doen, ja.
I never believed in wishing wells, romantic movies, the stories they tell. It always seemed to work for someone else.
Miskien bietjie meer trek.
I flipped a coin, convinced myself this love was real. They spoke about I was kicking stones and dragging my feet around.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Happy Monday to you. Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on SABC3. And right now, time for us to check out with the latest news out of the world of local entertainment.
Well, remember how we reported on how Casper West is rumored to be broke and may have to sell one of his cars to put on a show, because that's the value of a car these days. Well, it seems that he may just have gotten a little bit of help, but by none other than AKA. So taking to Twitter, AKA said that he wanted to do the concert with Casper, but it doesn't end there. AKA, who used to be feuding with Casper, added that he respects Casper for wanting to do something this iconic. He further went on to say that he doesn't want to be besties, but he knows they respect each other as musicians to work together. So will these feudsters turn into besties or friends? Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. Imagine that. I don't want to be your friend, but I want to do the concert with you.
I want to work with you, collaborate professionally. But didn't Black Coffee also come on board and say he'll spend X amount to sell tickets?
He's doing that.
So I think a lot of people are supporting Casper's vision.
For me, this is AKA just like slapping this sarcasm into this. Like, I honestly don't think he's going to do it, or that he really actually even wants to do it. Somebody posted a poll on Twitter the other day asking, should AKA do it for like R1 million? Should Casper accept the favour?
Yeah.
Let's put it to bed.
No, let's put it to bed. Well, he's balling right now. According to reports, he made R8 million on just one endorsement deal, AKA. So he's living his...
He doesn't need the money then.
You know, it's like, yeah, who lives like this? Anyways, something we don't want, or rather, we don't want to wait to see is Angelique Gerber's latest pregnancy shoot. Taking to Instagram, the actress shared stunning photos of her pregnancy shoot that features her son, Jacques Jr., but the cuteness doesn't stop there. Hubby Jacques also featured in the intimate shoot as well, and no word yet as to when their twins will be arriving, but we can confirm that they are expecting 2 girls.
How exciting. Beautiful children.
She just glows. She should be pregnant forever. Like, she just glows all the time.
She should be pregnant forever.
Well, listen, so now we've reported on the news, we've reported on the gender and the pregnancy shoot. Next will be the baby shower.
We love it. It's our pregnancy watch.
She should be pregnant forever.
Well,
just let that linger on in your mind for a little bit. She should be pregnant forever.
Well, that was our local entertainment news. Time for us to now shift our attention to Expresso Amped. And Carl Wasty visited the learners from Plumstead High School. And turning 18 is very exciting.
Absolutely.
You get to do a few cool new things. But with that also comes responsibility. And he catches up with the learners.
Welcome to Expresso Amped. My name is Carl Wasty, and today it's all about turning 18. So there's a lot of cool things you can do, because you can even get into a dance establishment. I got my ID, like I can get in, right? No, why? Am I not on the list? Just give me a second. I want to call my contact. This can't happen. Give me a second. Hello? Yes, Mom. Yeah, you told me you can get me on the list. Okay. Please call the guy. Thanks. So, what are you looking forward to most about turning the big 18? Let me know. Sorry, she's calling back. Yeah, am I sorted? Thanks, Mom. Love you.
To be able to come up with my own choices and learn from them at the end of the day.
Definitely being independent living on my own, starting my own life and not always having my parents have a say on what I need to do.
Definitely the freedom of not having to rely on my parents.
I would like to get my own car and drive, so I would like to get my driver's license so that I don't have to depend on my parents to get me from point A to point B.
Voting and getting my driver's license.
So I got in. Now everybody scream! Okay, I didn't know it was Monday, all right? But it's still a good time for a video here on Expresso Amped. This is Cranium, Ty Dolla $ign and WizKid. It's called Can't Believe.
Can't believe I, can't believe I, taking girl away from me, Mocha. Can't believe I, can't believe I, taking girl away from me, Mocha.
18 is a different ball game. So what are some of the new responsibilities you expect to have?
I think having to be responsible for all the decisions I make and not having anyone to blame for it. Going out into the world and branching out, there won't be a sibling to blame, it'll just be myself in everything that I do.
I have to get my own license. I have to, like, if I get a fine, I have to sort the fine out by myself, my own money.
Then I will have to make my own choices and I will have to look after my siblings.
I have to be a good role model to my younger sister. I have to also be aware of my actions, because my actions have consequences. Because now that I'm 18, I can be able to go to prison.
I feel that I'll be responsible for furthering my education and getting a job so that I can take care of my parents the way they take care of me.
I'm in the VIP. I know what AKA feels like right now, and this is amazing. Except this is a VIP AOP. A very important person and only person. Either way, it's time for another video here on Expresso Amped. Here's AKA and Anati. Don't forget to pray.
Don't forget to pray. Yeah. Do you know that God is on the way? Don't forget to pray. Do you know that God is on the way? Yeah, she never did. Hey,
you're part of the 18 club. So what are some of the cool things that you can now do?
My parents are actually going to allow me to cut my hair any way I want to, so I'm excited for that.
You can move out of your parents' house and drive cool cars.
Well, I can go to certain establishments or events like music festivals that don't have an age restriction, and I can finally cut my hair, because my mom's rule is when I'm 18 I can do what I want, so that's cool.
That's it for Expresso Amped for this week. My name is DJ Carl Wasty. Your final video is Casper in Your Vest and Baby Girl. Have yourself a good one, and if you're turning 18, happy birthday. Just sorry guys, so I got a call. Music's gonna stop for a second. Sorry. Hello? Yeah. Okay, cool. I had to put the song back on. All right, sorry man.
Thank you so much, Mr. Carl Wasty. Right off the back of writing Life Sciences Paper 1 on Friday, matric learners across the country will be writing Paper 2 of the subject this morning, alongside Engineering, Graphics and Design Paper 1 as well. But we want to know your thoughts ahead of the exams, and you can see I'm doing my best to try and get whatever I'm reading into my head, showing you how not to look when you are studying. Pretty much that is how I went through my whole matric year studying as well. But we want to know, do you have any tips on how you focus on studying for long hours? Maybe you can help me out a little bit as well. First one coming through there, Chidisang says, sleep at least 3 hours before your study, no caffeine, no junk food, drink lots of water and eat veggies and fruit. Trust me, I never go wrong. Awesome, awesome. I love that. Okay, winning formula. Gwyneth says studying is like driving long distance. The more often you stop to rest, the longer you can drive. And the same applies to studying. The more breaks you take in between studying, the longer you can study. I love that. Gwyneth, thank you very much for your comment as well. Great food for thought for the matrics and maybe also for those upcoming road trips at the end of the year. Casey Ram says when studying, coffee really works for her. It's a trick to stay awake and study, but you have to be determined about your studies. Loving all of the tips coming through, so many as well. So keep sending those tips through and always connect with us with that hashtag Expresso Show.
I don't know so much about the long break ratio to study. I don't know,
it's
man.
a very difficult equation.
I'd followed that model. I think it didn't really work so well for me. So we're going to take a quick break. When we return, some amazing tech news, including Facebook going 3D.
Oh, very exciting stuff indeed. And also what's very exciting, Loki Rothman is in the studio, everybody! He's making music for us on this Monday morning. Stay tuned.
I think you guys just got the tracks the wrong way around. Yeah, that's the first one. Can you just start it again, maybe?
I never believed in wishing wells, romantic movies, the stories they tell. It always seemed to work for someone else. I flipped a coin, convinced myself this love was real. They spoke about I was kicking stones and dragging my feet around. You came along and stole my heart. This never happens to me, but I'm so in love with you. Safe in your arms, I know I'm done. I never felt this way about someone. I guess you know when you know, you know. You know I'll go wherever you go. Now everything makes perfect sense. All the trouble, all the heartbreak, the pretend. I guess you know when you know, you know. You know I'll go wherever you go.
Oh, that's cool. I'm happy. Thank you so much.
Love seemed to be
Cool. Happiness.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
At Samsung, we develop technology so you can live life. Samsung, a way of life.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for choosing to kickstart your week with us. It's a beautiful day. I know I've been a bit down in the dumps. I feel like I'm kind of bringing everyone down. So make me laugh, guys. Give me animals doing silly and heartwarming things.
Okay, we got just that for you. That's on the menu. Listen, the first one, we all like to make a bit of a change now and then when it comes to our homes, whether it's a complete overall or maybe just a quick change, you know, to spice up your favorite room or so.
Decor or something.
Yeah,
some rearranging,
you know.
some feng shui.
So there's this awesome little video floating around on Facebook about this little bird, and he wanted to do something nice for his cage, so he was filmed carrying a little ladder up to his cage, just because he wants to.
Yeah.
Oh, he actually does it.
Yeah,
he's quite good.
He does it. It's like, yeah.
Yep.
It's gonna go in there.
Oh.
Come on, get in.
Oopsie.
Oh, you missed it. You missed it.
Wrong cage.
Oh, wrong cage. I see.
So it's meant for this bedroom. Okay. It's meant for the bedroom. That's lovely, and it does look. It does look good. Listen, man, I know many humans that wouldn't be able to pull that off. So well done.
That was good. That was good. Yeah, very cute.
You guys, we go to the stores. The Christmas decor is up. I mean, the festive season's on our doorstep, and some people just take it that one step extra, but not this mama dog. She was like, nope, we're not celebrating Christmas just yet. Take a look. This is just to remind her it's not yet Christmas time.
Oh, Puppy was like, oh yeah,
nope, no Christmas, not yet. It's too early.
Not yet. Oh man.
Nope, let's take it off. It's not Christmas.
That's like 9 layers of cuteness right there. I mean, that's almost too much cuteness. Very sweet.
Do you feel
guys.
better?
I do. I feel so much better. And it's only going to get better because we're going to get another amazing performance. But we'd love to hear from you. If there's a video, any kind of picture, something great online that you'd like to share with us, let us know your thoughts on our Facebook page or Twitter. And, of course, use that hashtag Expresso Show. Now, we've just heard the sound check. He is sounding truly phenomenal. Let's bring you an unforgettable performance.
Yeah, it certainly feels like Christmas has arrived slightly early with Loki Rothman in the studio, award-winning singer, songwriter and guitarist, who's of course started alongside the likes of Jack Parrott, the legendary Lorika Rauch as well. And it's time to hear new music from him right now. Brand new single called Wherever You Go.
I never believed in wishing wells, romantic movies, the stories they tell. It always seemed to work for someone else. I flipped a coin, convinced myself this love was real. They spoke about I was kicking stones and dragging my feet around. You came along and stole my heart. This never happens to me, but I'm so in love with you. Safe in your arms, I know I'm done. I never felt this way about someone. I guess you know when you know, you know. You know I'll go wherever you go. Now everything makes perfect sense. All the trouble, all the heartbreak, the pretend. I guess you know when you know, you know. You know I'll go wherever you go. I had my hopes, I had my doubts, and love seemed to be just a merry-go-round. I always end up where I started out. I've walked these roads, I've turned around, I've packed my things, thought of leaving town. I've done the math, it never, never, ever works out. You came along and stole my heart. This never happens to me, but I'm so in love with you. Safe in your arms, I know I'm done. I never felt this way about someone. I guess you know when you know, you know. You know I'll go wherever you go. Now everything makes perfect sense. All the trouble, all the heartbreak, pretend. I guess guess you know when you know, you know. You know I'll go wherever you go. I guess you know when you know, you know. I guess you know when you know, you know. I guess you know when you know, you know. You know I'll go wherever you go.
Yeah, man. Happy Monday to you, Loki Rothman on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Brand new single, Wherever You Go.
Thank you so
Good
much.
stuff, man.
Cool.
Good stuff. So I've got to ask, what inspired that song? I've got an idea of who I think it's for, but you tell me.
Yeah, it's obviously a love song.
Yeah.
I think it's the lyrics basically says it all.
Yeah.
I think you meet a person and then you know when you know, you know.
Did you know when you knew you knew? Did you know when you knew you
so,
knew?
Yeah.
Good answer. What are the fans saying about the new single? How are they responding to it?
Yeah, the response has been quite great. I think it's the first time I've actually kind of branched out of my studio, because I was kind of getting sick and tired of actually producing and recording and sitting behind the desk while tracking my own stuff.
Yes.
So I went to Ben Ludick and actually, for the first time in a long time, I sat in a live room and actually, you know, played the role of the artist.
Yes.
And not the producer and the guy mixing the track. So it was quite, it was quite great. You know, playing that role again for a change, yeah.
Well, the result is absolutely amazing. We love the new song. Let us know what you think about that performance of Wherever You Go, Loki Rothman's brand new single on our Feel Good Breakfast Show's Facebook page. And of course, use hashtag Expresso Show. We'll have more from the man a little bit later on.
In your national news this morning, Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa will return to London today, where he will lead Team South Africa to the World Rugby Council announcement of the Rugby World Cup 2023 host venue. The announcement is expected to take place in London on Wednesday. Ramaphosa led South Africa's Rugby World Cup bid in September when it presented its case to host the 2023 tournament. The South African bid was subsequently named as the clear leader and unanimous choice of the Rugby World Cup board to host the 2023 tournament. The city of Johannesburg is offering a reward of 100,000 rand to any resident who could provide information after a break-in and theft of copper cables worth some 2 million rand at its data center in Braamfontein on Saturday. The city's mayor, Herman Mashaba, said the break-ins was intended to sabotage the initiative of building and securing the city's data and infrastructure environment. He said he suspected it was an inside job, judging from the way that the criminals gained access to the building, as there were no signs of forced entry. Now moving further abroad, mass graves containing at least 400 bodies have been found near Hawija, an Iraqi city that was occupied by Islamic State fighters until last month. Kirkuk province's governor, Rakan Saeed, said that they were found at an airbase just outside of the city. Some of the victims were in civilian clothes, but others were wearing the jumpsuits that IS used to dress people before they were condemned to death. Last year, a survey of mass graves identified 72 sites that could contain more than 15,000 bodies. And then finally, an outbreak of cholera from Tanzania has left 18 people dead in 2 months, the health ministry announced on Saturday, warning the situation could worsen as the rainy season continues. The ministry said the outbreak had left 18 dead out of 570 cases recorded between September the 1st and October the 30th, and urged local authorities to take measures to avoid the disease from spreading. In 2015, Tanzania was struck by a major outbreak of cholera, which infected some 10,000 people and left 150 dead. Well, that was your 7 o'clock news update. Let's get a look at what's happening in the world of sport with Graham.
Let's start with the celebrations this morning. Luvo Manyonga was named as the country's sports star of the year last night at the South African Sports Awards in Kempton Park. Manyonga beat out a tough field in Wade van Niekerk and Caster Semenya to the title, while earlier in the night he was also named as Sportsman of the Year. Following their World Series win, the Blitzbokke took home Team of the Year, while Caster Semenya walked away with Sportswoman of the Year and the People's Choice Sports Star of the Year. We'll unpack all of those awards a little bit later in our show this morning. Then on to the disappointing side of this weekend. The Springboks got their European tour off to a very disappointing start as they fell to a 38-3 loss to Ireland in Dublin on Saturday. In South Africa's biggest defeat against the Irish ever, the Boks' only points came from an Alton Yankees penalty in the 43rd minute as Ireland ran in 4 tries. Now, other results coming out of the weekend: the All Blacks beat France 38-18. Australia downed Wales by 29 points to 21, while England, they saw out a 21-8 win over Argentina. In more disappointments in football, Bafana's quest for the 2018 World Cup qualification came to an end on Friday as they lost to Senegal by 2-0 in Polo. The win took Senegal 5 points clear at the top of Group D, which means that they do qualify for the World Cup for the first time since 2002. And following the weekend's round of qualifiers, Tunisia and Morocco, they both secured points they needed to join Nigeria, Egypt and Senegal as Africa's representatives at next year's World Cup showpiece in Russia. Then we round off on a celebratory note as well as Brandon Grace ended South Africa's 10-year wait for a Nedbank Golf Challenge title as he powered to victory by 1 shot at the Gary Player Country Club in Sun City. In yesterday's final round, Grace hits a superb 6 under 66 to finish the tournament on 11 under, 1 stroke clear of second place Scottish golfer Scott Jamieson. Grace became only the 6th local champion and first South African to lift the cup since Trevor Immelman did it back in 2007. So we certainly sent our heartfelt congratulations, and that's where we leave our sport for now.
Well, let's take another look at the road, starting off in Gauteng and Pretoria. There's a stationary vehicle on the N1 southbound just after Atterbury Road. The right lane is blocked. And in the Western Cape and Khayelitsha, there's been an accident on the N2 inbound after Muway. It's obstructing the left lane, so please approach with caution. Well, that's where we leave your traffic on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
All right, let's quickly take another look at your weather and those temperatures on your Monday morning. And it looks like you can expect a hot but partly cloudy day for most parts of South Africa today, with a couple of thundershowers forecast for some areas in the Highveld along the Western Cape coastline. You can expect cooler temperatures going into this week. De temperature Polokwane begin op 16, dit styg na 29 grade maksimum. Mbombela 17:31, Pretoria ook 17:31 met 'n paar donderstorms wat verwag kan word. Johannesburg 16:29, Mahikeng 19:32. Klerksdorp begin op 18, dit styg na 31. Kimberley 18:33. Bloemfontein begin op 16, dit styg na 32. Richards Bay 22 en 'n maksimum van 32. Pietermaritzburg 19 minimum and a maximum 31 degrees. Durban 22 and a high of 27. Mthatha 16:28. East London 16:22. Cradock on 14 with a high of 32 degrees. Port Elizabeth 16:22. George 14:20. Sutherland on 8 minimum with a maximum 23. Cape Town kicking off on 14 minimum this morning, reaching a high of 20. Worcester 13:23. Springbok 10:23. And Uppington, a very, very hot day expected, 14 minimum with a maximum of 37 degrees. That's a wrap of your weather for the 7 o'clock bulletin. One more update heading your way in an hour's time, just after 8.
Spend 400 Rand or more at BP. Swipe your Avios card and you could win big. Make your dream holiday a reality with hashtag BP Fuel My Festive.
Time for us to head to social media this morning. Some hashtag Monday motivation is what's going around. Go and check it out. Mr. Keena says, love yourself and be proud of everything that you do, even your mistakes, because it means that you're trying and it also means that you're learning. Pawan says, make sure that you wake up because you have a goal, not because your alarm clock said so. Hashtag Monday motivation, feeling cranky. It's that alarm clock, I tell you. Also, another one says, in order to succeed, we must first believe that we can. And Nati says, good morning, lovers. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Always hashtag Monday motivation is for Notorious MMA, who says, I'm going to just read the bottom. I'm not talented. He says, I'm obsessed. Put in as much as you can, and that's what makes the difference at the end. And then this one I love says, we aim above the mark to hit the mark. That's from Ralph Waldo Emerson. So if you need a little bit of Monday motivation, you know where you're going to find it.
Well, here's some Monday fun for you right now. We're about to play Guess Who, but of course, because it's the month of November, we're doing a Movember-inspired version of the game. We want to know how good or how well you can recognize somebody from their facial fluff. So we're going to show you a couple of pictures, give you a couple of clues, and then see whether you can guess who. Let's begin. There we go.
One of the greats, okay.
Would you be able to guess just with that picture?
I think I might, actually, because he's one of my favorite actors. Okay, so we've now established that he is actually an actor. He's an American, 61 years old.
Unbelievable,
yeah. He was, I know, and he was born, but look, that lip, the lip shape kind of gives it away for me.
It might be that for you.
And he was born in California.
Yep, he will star in the upcoming Steven Spielberg film, The Post, starring alongside Meryl Streep.
That should be a pretty powerful union. And he had to grow a tash for his roles in Saving Mr. Banks and The Road to Perdition, and more recently, Sully.
Oh, no,
I had to do it, but
you didn't have to drop that one.
Because he had an awesome moustache in the movie, and he was amazing in it.
That last one should give it away pretty easily. So then head on over to our social media platforms and, of course, use our hashtag Expresso Show and let us know whether you can guess who the mystery moustache belongs to.
We were just breaking down some tunes inspired by Loki Rothman. Still to come after the break, we talk about an Iron Man suit, a real-life Iron Man suit that broke the Guinness World Records.
And then, of course, we're also going to take a look at all of the highlights from last night's SA Sports Awards, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you in just a bit.
Do you want to go again?
Whether you're into the majesty of a mountain range or prefer endless sand dunes, make your dream holiday a reality with hashtag BP Fuel My Festive. BP is giving away 21 dream holidays every week from 2 October until 15 December. Simply visit a BP fuel station, spend 400 Rand or more and swipe your Avios card to enter. Get your Avios card for free at BP and enjoy a travel adventure with hashtag BP Fuel My Festive.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Happy Monday to you. Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso on SABC3. And right about now, it's time for us to unpack all of the exciting news from the world of technology that you need to know about this week with the General Manager of bandwidthblog.com, Brian Smith. Always a pleasure to have you here, sir.
Thank you. Good to be back.
All right, let's get right onto it. Facebook right now is talking about new software that they've developed that is able to take an image, a 2D image, and turn it into a caricature. Why are they doing this?
Well, this comes on the back of some of Facebook's more interesting interesting experiments in virtual reality, 3D imaging, facial recognition. And the company recently debuted a new paper at an international conference which uses an artificial intelligence, a deep learning system, to analyze a face in a 2D image and then take a face in a caricature, in an avatar representation, and merge the two to give the best possible representation in an avatar. The interesting implications out of this is it could be used for something like reactions on Facebook, or it could be used in virtual reality in future, where if we all have a Facebook-aligned headset where we can see each other's avatar in virtual reality.
Yes, that's so you'd actually be chatting to someone over Facebook and you go, and then your avatar would actually do the same thing, tracking your facial features and so forth.
Precisely. I'm not sure if we're ready for that, but hopefully it'll look a whole lot better.
Yeah, Mark's hair looks a lot better in the avatar than in real life, so maybe that's why he's pushing for it. Just kidding. Anyway, let's move on to some high-tech adventure news here. A man apparently made his own Iron Man style suit, and he broke a Guinness World Record. Tell me about that.
Well, here's this house is for winning. You have not only your own Iron Man suit, but a Guinness World Record as well.
You've done well.
So this development comes courtesy of Richard Browning, who's developed his own suit called it's called Daedalus, which is reminiscent, of course, of the Iron Man suit in the Marvel series of films. And now he holds the first and only record for traveling upwards of 52 kilometers per hour in his Iron Man-inspired suit. We'll probably see a great deal more of this in future. He has his own company now called Gravity, after putting in £50,000 an investment and in raising £65,000 more. So it's hopeful in the future we might all have one of these suits.
We need to learn how to fly them properly. I mean, can you imagine the traffic up there with
Make
flying?
Cape Town a lot easier.
Very, very true. And then finally, if you're looking for a new wallpaper for your smartphone, look no further than NASA. They've got some great images to share with you.
Precisely. So this latest bundle of images comes courtesy of Juno, which is NASA's satellite that is in high orbit around 32,000 kilometers away from Jupiter. Juno comes in orbit with Jupiter every so often in a period in the year. It'll come next into contact in December this year. So this is our last batch of snaps before then. What's interesting is that NASA actually provides these raw images which is more or less decolorized, and they encourage artists and creators on the internet to get a hold of these raw images and to adapt, tailor, crop, edit these images on their own. So they produce some really fantastic images, and you can see all of them in a beautiful slideshow at nasa.gov.
Oh, fantastic stuff. Look at those images. My intrigue is always what lies beneath those little squiggles of gas. What is going on underneath there? Hopefully one day we'll find out.
Wiser minds than us, I think, are wondering that as well.
Yeah, all right. Well, Brian, thank you so much for joining us on this Monday morning. And of course, if you'd want to get your daily dose of tech news and opinion, then head on over to bandwidthblog.com.
You know what I really love about our beautiful country is that there's so many people who work tirelessly to ensure the safety of communities all around South Africa.
That's incredible. Now, Expresso is part of the Great Namola app initiative to keep South Africa safe. So let's take a look at what went down.
To ensure that victims of crime get help quickly, South Africa's fastest growing safety app, Namola, has been launched nationally with SABC3 as the official media partner.
This is a very important initiative. As you would know, that our country is riddled with crime and we are all feeling very unsafe. So we believe that any initiative that can get us a step closer to making our streets safer. And as the SABC, we have a public mandate, not only to educate and inform the nation, but to also, where possible, contribute to the safety of the nation. So we're going to be using all our platforms to make sure that people are aware of it and to educate them.
Namola is a free crime response app that allows users to share their GPS coordinates, name and nature of the emergency with a 24/7 response call center.
Well, we know crime is a problem in South Africa. We have to do something. As much as we whinge and we complain about crime, we have to find solutions, and I'm delighted that Namola is going national. We've got Dial Direct as the national corporate sponsor, a company committed to making sure that we do something about the fight against crime. And we're also delighted that the national broadcaster, the SABC, has come on board as a media partner. We have to use technology to make South Africa safe. This is the new weapon in the fight against crime. So all you do in case of emergency, you go to the app, you press the emergency button, and you're guaranteed a callback within 2 or 3 minutes, and then the nearest police vehicle is alerted. We've had many success stories, and we're urging South Africans to say, be proactive, Download the app free of charge. Use it in an emergency. You can test it once a week. And we're calling on South Africans to join hands and make South Africa safe. We've been running a pilot project with the Gauteng Community Safety Department for a few months. Tshwane Metro has been using it. Stellenbosch has been using it. And now we're going national, which is a momentous moment because we want to make sure that we want to make a difference and make South Africa safe.
According to recent surveys, 1.2 million South African households experienced crime incidents this past year, and the app makes response more efficient.
It's a very easy to use app. I suggest everybody downloads it. I've downloaded it and I've actually used it personally. No need to phone. You can press a button, someone will phone you in seconds, and they do. And even if you don't want to speak to them, you can actually chat to them online. It's a platform which allows customers to, and fellow South Africans to really make it easy to engage with the likes of the police in terms of reporting a crime. All of this technology is largely underpinned by some seriously good tech built by South Africans for South Africans. For us, that's the key connection. We need to make people's lives easier, and we have a duty as a corporate, proudly South African corporate, to do that.
I think the Namola app is such a great idea. I think as South Africans, we've been very afraid for so long. I know as a woman, I am not sure if I can reach out to the people who are supposed to protect us in time to get them to come onto the scene if any crime were to happen. So I think technology is really changing the game, and my hopes are that we are able to feel as safe and as protected as possible, and also to give our government and the SAPS a little bit of assistance, you know, push them on and get them to keep up with what technology around the world is doing.
Yusuf introduced me to the app a while ago, and just as it came onto the market, I must say I've used it very, very effectively. There was a man that was shot, and a response came out from her wife. She needed some assistance, and I activated the app, and that critical hour made all the difference. And he's all well and good today, and I think it's an absolutely fantastic piece of technology that people should embrace. It's the only way forward when it comes to fighting crime.
You know, technology is very important nowadays. You don't have to scream to be heard. You just activate, go into the system. Within a few minutes, law enforcement, you know, you can talk about the SAPS, can talk about the securities, can talk about JMP and the other traffic law enforcement. They will be there within a short space of time. So it makes our lives more safe than ever.
The way we call for emergency response is finally entering the 21st century, and this app is a breakthrough in the effort to make South Africa safe again.
Right, so still nice and early on your Monday morning. It's time to get into some fitness. Yes, start your week off the right way. We have the very enthusiastic Rian Barnard back with us. Hello, sir. How are you doing? And George is joining us as well. George, my friend, nice to have you. So it's all about HIIT training. So we can hit you with a good workout just to start you off.
Absolutely.
Hey,
good morning, Monday. It's a new week, a new beginning, new things happening. Men's Health Month.
Yes.
So let's quickly hit it off. It's a HIIT training for men's health.
That's it.
Let's do it. We've got not a lot of time, so...
Yeah, so basically HIIT training, very good, elevating the heart rate, bringing it back down, very effective for fat burning as well.
Intervals with a little bit of a pause where you stretch. So we're going to start off with jumping jacks for 20 seconds.
All right.
So your normal jumping jacks for 20 seconds. That's it, men. You can do it at the comfort of your home.
All right.
And after 20 seconds, we're going to do the planking jacks. So then you go, make sure your posture is straight and flexed, and then you do the planking jacks.
Definitely works the core.
Yes, absolutely. That abs for summer. Summer's scrolling up day by day. And after that, you can just take a rest. Just loosen your muscles, swing your arms, stretch them around.
All right. How long are the rest periods between these kind of exercises?
I would 10 seconds at the most.
10 seconds at the most?
10 seconds at the most, and then 20 seconds the next one. So now we're going to do the speed skater. Make sure your posture is right. Oh yes, and you do that for 20 seconds as well. Speed skater, going as fast as possible.
This definitely works the legs,
yes,
the heart rate, everything.
Quads, hammies. After that, we're going to do
my coordination is shot this morning, guys.
Squat jumps. Let's do it. 20 seconds as well. Nice. And after that, we're gonna do another 10-second rest. Warm up and stretch, whichever muscles are still stiff. Oh yes. Okay. So you can just basically stretch.
Well, that definitely gets the heart rate going just after a couple of jumps already, eh?
Absolutely. After that, we're gonna do the, what's next? Big jacks. Big jacks.
Big jacks.
Let's do the big jack. So it's open, close. Open, close. Woo. Breaking the sweat this morning.
So Rian, while we're doing this, man, so how long would you spend doing these kind of exercises?
Half an hour. Half an hour is what you need.
So really good for kind of people that's pressed for time, have a busy schedule. That's it, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. Man,
great workout.
I can feel the blood pumping, the heart is racing. Definitely a great way. So try HIIT training if you haven't done it before. It's intense, but it really cuts down the workout time as well, and very effective in terms of weight loss, fat burning, and improving those fitness levels.
Absolutely. Well
Goodness me. That's all my breath. That's your fitness on your Feel Good Breakfast show this morning.
Feel the burn, baby, feel the burn. Well, we know over the past year, our athletes have been feeling the burn, putting in some amazing performances. South Africa's biggest and brightest sports stars were celebrated in Kempton Park last night at the 12th annual South African Sports Awards taking place. And we saw world champion long jumper Luvo Manyonga and 800-meter champion, of course, Caster Semenya. They were the standout victors on the night as they walked away with the 2 awards each. With his review of probably the biggest winners and losers from last night's awards, sports journalist Ashfaq Mohammed is back in the hot seat. What an awesome opportunity to look back at so many of the highs. Sorry, I was a bit of a downer earlier, okay, but we let it go of this weekend. Now we can smile. Let's start with one of the biggest awards of the evening, the Team of the Year. Some big nominees in there. We had the Golden Lions, the Proteas women cricket team that had a phenomenal World Cup. But of course the Springbok Sevens, they are the world champions.
Finally pulling through their title, you know, they come so close so many times in the Olympics as well. They got the bronze medal there in 2016, so this time they won the World Series, well deserved, you know. They've lost quite a few players over the years, but it seems like just every year the system produces new stars. Philip Seymour, the captain is here, Belos in Atla as well, who impressed for province in the Currie Cup too. So yeah, great achievement for the Blitzboks.
And a great way to retain those players. I think a lot of them are smelling blood in the water when it comes to the 15-man game, so considering their chances of making it into the box side. Then we look at a Coach of the Year, again a very strong field, Neil Powell. Obviously you talk about the system within Sevens Rugby, he's done an amazing job. Hilton Moreng, the Proteas women cricket team coach, done a fantastic job as well, but Jean Verster, Caster's coach, getting the nod.
Yeah, you know, when Caster's done so well on the world stage, obviously a coach needs to be in reckoning, but John has really helped her along. She's acknowledged his contribution to her success over the years. She changed coaches a few years ago from Maria Matola to Jean in Potchefstroom. He's got a whole base there, a whole bunch of athletes, so well done to Jean Verster.
Doing something right on the mental side as well. She's in such a good place and doing such amazing things. Then we move on to sportsmen and women with a disability, Dion Bass and Ilse Hayes. Ilse, I mean, she's a shoo-in and took it last year as well.
Yeah, you know, 2 silver medals at the World Championships in London again, and Dion Bass as well. They're both sprinters. Ilse taking 100 and 200 meter silver medals, and Dion Bass 200 meter gold medal.
When you look at the backstory, this is probably the coolest award of them all. Sportsman of the Year. Wade van Niekerk was there. Chad Leclos was there. 2 incredible sportsmen. But Luvo Manyonga, our long jumper.
What a story,
when you put it into perspective, how hard he has had to work to get to this point, man.
No, and it's taken just like he's only been back on the track about 2 years now. 2015 when he made his comeback. You know, from 2012 onwards, we had these issues with the substance abuse, and he acknowledged it again last night. You know, he was almost speechless when he got the award, because it just shows all that hard work and dedication that he put in. Silver medal at the Olympics and now the gold medal at the World Championships last year. 8.65 meters, Graham. I'm telling you that 9 meters is coming.
It's coming, man. And that's where we'll round it off. Of course, Caster Semenya taking Sportswoman of the Year, People's Choice of the Year as well, and Sports Star of the Year went to Luvo. But congratulations to all of our incredible South African athletes. Wade van Niekerk, we wish you well in your recovery with your injury. We know you'll be back out on the track in no time. No more rugby. I should listen to him. But congratulations to all of our big winners and all of our nominees, I think, as well. What a fantastic year in South African sports.
Congratulations to all of them indeed. Well, we're taking a quick break. When we get back, we're going to take a look at how the Johannesburg Zoo Veterinary Hospital got a much-needed renovation. We'll bring you some highlights from that.
Exactly. Then we're getting into the kitchen where we're using some of my favorite ingredients. We've got coconut, we've got muesli, because we're making some macarons after the break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to another beautiful Monday morning on your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso on SABC3. We've got some news for you right now. Arguably the most important awards in the modern day. All right, the nominees to these awards were announced last week. I'm talking about the 2017 Comedy Wildlife Photo of the Year. It's now in its 4th year. An initiative founded by 2 UK photographers aimed to bring a bit of lightheartedness towards conservation by showing off what we really can enjoy from a comedic point of view out there in nature.
And boy, doesn't the world need more of that.
Yeah,
but first up, let's take a look, just to see the kind of class that we're playing in here. Let's take a look at last year's overall winner by Angela Boker, titled Tough Day at the Office. We've all been there, man. We've all been there.
All right. So from that, let's take a look at our top 10 picks from this year's nominees. First up, in no particular order, by the way, the photo capturing 3 elephant seals yawning. This is another yawning or that's what I was thinking.
Oh, man, then we're going to take you to church, or at least 3 penguins are going to take us to church. But they've got their Sunday best on, so at least they look the part.
Haters will say that's Photoshop. Now, a third, this little guy looks like he's trying to either hide by clinging onto mommy's backside, or he's just like hitching a ride. Mom, I'm tired of walking.
Disguised, I love that. Then a fox dropping a hole in one. Oh no, you didn't. Oh no, that's cheating. Or should we call it a mulligan? Let's just give him a mulligan.
All right, how about this one? A seal that looks shocked at what his friend is doing. Like, bro, what did you do? What did you do?
Oh man, and then we've got a gorilla who is equally as disgusted at whatever is going on. I want to know what he is looking at.
Yeah. We also found one of a wildebeest standing on the shoulders of his friend. You know, a friend. How did he even get up there?
Oh, I love that. And then we've got a mouse that just finds the lighter side in life. Oh, too sweet.
An owl that was just trying to fit in with the cool kids out there. Look at that. Just like, hey, I want to be with you. Like,
that's
you
me.
can sit with us.
That's me. I can relate. And then a late entry. This one came in last night. Literally, it's our very own Bella, dressed in all her finery.
That is, and the winner is.
Oh,
all
beautiful,
right.
man.
I'll make sure that you head on over to our Facebook page and let us know which one of those is your favorite to win.
So cute. Absolutely love those. Now, you know what? For countless children and even for so many adults, visiting the zoo can be both an enlightening and fascinating experience. However, behind the scenes, taking care of those animals can be quite daunting, especially if they're sick or injured.
That's right. And the Joburg Zoo is loved by countless local and international visitors, and they're now able to protect or at least look after the well-being of animals thanks to a much-needed revamp to their on-site veterinary hospital. Take a look.
Animals form a very important part of our lives, be it in our schools to help the young ones read and write, or just at home where many of us have them as pets. One thing for sure is that the health and well-being of these special creatures is important in order to preserve them for generations to come. That's why the Johannesburg Zoo Veterinary Hospital's 5.4 million rand upgrade was such a necessary project.
The upgraded veterinary hospital not only makes it easier to treat the zoo's residents, but will also serve as an educational facility for veterinary students and trainee zookeepers.
The need for the massive revamp was, you know, from the pressure of being able to provide quality service for all the animals and specimens in the zoo. The most common types of procedures that we do here are our preventative, which will be our vaccinations, and also fecal examinations to test for worms. But however, we also do quite a lot of surgery, especially where there are injuries, when animals do fight now and again, or they do get injured in the different enclosures, then we may have to patch them up.
And does the hospital only service animals from the zoo, or is it open to private pets as well?
Largely we service animals, and we also do help in terms of wildlife, which may be captured out there by members of the public, and they can bring them in, we can check them up, and for those, especially the indigenous animals, then we will release them in conjunction with some institutions that are responsible for rehabilitation. But what we don't do is we don't work with pets. We encourage people to go to private vets for them to be able to have their pets treated.
The zoo does amazing work in conservation research and education, and the revamped hospital gives the public an opportunity to better understand the intricacies of caring for various animal species.
So this is a newly upgraded operating theatre where people can actually look inside to see when procedures are being performed on the animals. Doctor, why the decision to have an observation area for the public?
We thought it would be best for the public to be able to participate in what we do here and how we do it, and the pressures that come with it, of course. And for them it will be fun, and it is also quite educational.
Working at the revamped hospital is much nicer than working in the hospital as it was before. The main reason is that we've got a lot more space, and we have been able to double up our facilities like theatres and incorporate a pharmacy as well. Even though we've had this massive upgrade, we also need new equipment. We do get by on the equipment that we have. What people can do to make donations and contribute to help making all of these nice things happen is to speak with our marketing department, because people don't necessarily need to donate money. They're more than welcome to actually donate the actual apparatus that we need.
This is our IC room, and this is where we bring in the smaller animals, of course, and we put them in these cages. And right now we have a surrogate in there which has bite wounds, and we can also keep this room warm.
And tell me what's happening here with these worms.
Okay, these are worms, especially maybe for the surrogate and also for the birds that we bring here, that we have to breed some of these for them in terms of their diet, because they have dietary, requirements and also preferences.
The Joburg Zoo has definitely come a long way since only having 10 animals when it first opened in 1904. Now sitting at 365 animal species, I think it's safe to say this revamp couldn't have come at a much better time.
Okay, so it's breakfast time right now on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a beautiful day outside. Hello, Claire. Lovely to have you. So this morning we make some macaroons, but not the intricate French ones. Okay.
No,
this is pretty much a foolproof one.
Yeah, so there's a difference between macarons and macaroons. Do you know the difference?
No, I thought it was pronunciation.
No, so there's actually two
different.
Okay. So a macaron is a French version, and it's basically made with almond flour and almost like a meringue texture, and then sandwiched between, you have different fillings.
Okay.
That's a macaron. A macaroon is basically a coconut cluster which we can make with condensed milk, or we're making it with sugar this morning. And we're actually adding jungle muesli granola to add extra punch and different nuggets of different flavors. So that's the difference between the two.
So what's a macaron then?
A macaron.
You see now. Okay, it doesn't really matter because we are making these ones, the jungle muesli granola macaroons today.
And they're quick and easy, like you say, they are foolproof.
Yeah.
And what we've
they
got
look
here,
delicious, eh?
They are delicious, they're really nice. And they're nice and healthy because we've got our muesli. We've added a little bit of chocolate, but that's completely optional.
Of course, jungle oats, dubbed as the 8th natural wonder of the world, which I firmly believe because I'm a big fan. Okay, so we've got some egg whites going on there.
Some egg whites. You can keep your egg yolks to make some custard.
Yes, yes, okay.
Now I've got some...
Should I do the...
sugar? Yes, thank you. Luckily, we're not making a full meringue. We just want to dissolve our sugar and our vanilla extract. Give it a couple of minutes.
All right.
Nice and fluffy and airy.
That's what we like, yeah, because a macaroon should be fluffy and airy.
Yes. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add our coconut. Give it a good mix.
All right.
And then our most important ingredient, over there, is our jungle oats muesli granola.
Yes. Okay, I'm making a little bit of a mess, but it's okay.
It's okay.
We are outside.
Now, okay, so I'm free pouring, but I want about a cup.
Okay.
My jungle oats.
You are free pouring.
Free pouring, because I know. So what you're going to have is this beautiful nuggets of oats and different flavors and crunch, which is absolutely perfect.
Yes.
Now, if you wanted to put any different toppings in here, you could have some fun with it.
You know, some maybe cranberries or something like that. Goji berries, I don't know.
If you wanted to put chocolate chips in now, you could be. But we're only going to drizzle chocolate on top.
Okay, well, I'm going to leave that to you because...
You can put it
get out there. Okay.
You've got that over there. So I've got a little scoop. Now on my baking tray, I've
wow, this is really easy.
It's very easy. I've sprayed this with some baking spray.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to turn that over.
Oh,
These
look
are
at
quite
that.
big.
That's a big macaroon, eh?
That's a very big macaroon. That one's for you. Otherwise, you can make smaller ones. And you basically put that in the oven at 180 degrees, and you're going to bake it for 15 to 20 minutes till it's golden brown.
That is too easy.
And crispy.
That is too easy.
This is something the kids can help make, have lots of fun with it. You can put that in an airtight container.
And it's very quick as well. You can literally make it, before you go to work or before the kids go to school as well.
Absolutely.
The keyword is jungle. SMS that to 33728. That's jungle to 33728. But here are those steps one more time.
To make the coconut muesli macaroons, you'll need jungle muesli granola, dark chocolate, coconut, vanilla, caster sugar, and eggs. Separate the egg yolks and whites. Combine egg whites, caster sugar, and vanilla. Whisk until frothy and the sugar dissolves. Add jungle oats muesli granola and coconut. Mix until combined. Drop spoonfuls onto a baking tray. Bake until golden brown. Then drizzle with melted chocolate. For the full recipe, visit the Expresso Morning Show Facebook page or log on to expressoshow.com. SMS the keyword jungle to 33728 to receive the shopping list on your phone. Click on the link provided to view the recipe. SMSs cost R1.50, no free SMSs, T's and C's apply.
quick and easy, brilliant for a little lunchtime snack as well. The keyword is jungle. SM's that to 33728, and look at them. That was really, really easy, because normally when you think macaroons, you know, you think, you know, labor, work, long process. Exactly, Claire. Thank you. Magic, magic, magic this morning. So check it out. It's on our website as well, expressoshow.com. Alternatively, SMS that keyword jungle to 33728. I'm so going to give this a try. Look at that brilliant little chocolate on there. Oh,
Let's get South Africans going longer and stronger for almost 100 years.
Well, still to come after the break, we're looking at some international entertainment news, and we're giving you a roundup of the MTV EMAs.
And then we also keep it closer to home, bringing you some highlights from the pink polo, the glitz and the glam. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you after the break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your feel-good breakfast show. I hope you've refueled those coffee cups. It's time for us to get into our international entertainment news.
Oh, well, Europe's wildest night of music has just wrapped up here in South Africa, because if you watched it early this morning, you would have seen it. But some of us have to wait later tonight to see the full show. But here are some of the European Music Awards' biggest moments. So the show was hosted by Rita Ora and saw the likes of Demi Lovato, Shawn Mendes, Camila Cabello all coming out on stage to put on epic performances. That's impressive, right? There's more. Even more impressive was the night's big winners. Who do you think was one of the biggest winners of the night?
Davido.
But first, it is Taylor Swift.
Oh.
Yes.
She went big.
Yes, because she's got an amazing reputation. 6 nominations, no surprise there, obviously. But just behind Tay-Tay with 5 nominations was none other than Mr. There's Nothing Holding Me Back, Shawn Mendes. So that was pretty cool as well. Best video went to Kendrick Lamar for Humble. I wonder if he was sitting down when he got that award. While Shawn Mendes won Best Song for his hit track Nothing Holding Me Back, as well as Best Artist and Best Fans, making him the biggest winner of the night. Congratulations.
What a year for Shawn Mendes.
Oh, such a handsome boy.
Well done.
Anyways, last but not least, we've got Best African Act, where our very own Nasty C and Babes Wodumo nominated. However, it was David O or Davido that scooped up the prestigious award, so congratulations. But as we know, a win for any African act is a win for the continent as a whole, so well done to Davido.
Yeah. Well, you know, when you are dropping 30 million for the account, you're gonna win.
So there weren't any scandals. I always, you know, you want someone to jump off the stage or do something crazy.
You was waiting for a Kanye to happen, right?
Yeah, something like that.
For best music video? Okay, no, Kanye wasn't there, so that's pretty chilled.
Yeah, well, congratulations to all of the winners and more music to come, I'm sure, in the year ahead. But let's talk about summer. It's all about bikinis, it's about beach parties, it's all about the social events that occur all around the country, especially one that took place very recently in the Mother City, the Pink Polo, one that brings together a party atmosphere, ponies and a worthy cause.
There are a handful of occasions that make it onto every celebrity's must-attend list. Pink Polo is one of them, and Expresso is here for the exclusive scoop.
The 8th annual Pink Polo tournament, hosted by Valdivia State, aims to raise awareness and funds for the fight against breast cancer during a fun, elegant afternoon.
As one of the most recognized athletes and celebrities in South Africa, why is it important for you to put your name behind an event like this?
It's important to put my name behind this because this is my home and this is my work, and it's really a big part of why we do what we do here at Valdivia, is to be able to make a difference. We wanted to use a platform that is usually associated with luxury, but we wanted to do it, like Polo with a purpose. I think one of the big angles of this event is to raise awareness. This is not just an event for women, but breast cancer can affect men as well. And we just want to raise awareness and be able to help people here in our community to be able to recover from breast cancer.
When it comes to the Pink Polo, it's so important for me to be involved, and it's an honor for me to be involved, especially after losing my mom in 2015 to cancer. Today it's so hard in so many different ways, but I think the importance of spreading cancer and breast cancer awareness in females and men is extremely important. So being able to be a host here today is an absolute privilege and honor.
When so many people, and especially so many women, come together as a whole, it's like a support group and it's like a family. Also being a voice on social media to say, you know what, we're here for each other, it's okay, you are not alone. That's what I like about these events.
Not only does the event provide the perfect platform to raise awareness about breast cancer, but it also gives us the perfect excuse to step out in some fashionable style.
The dress code was Polo chic, where vibrant hues of fresh pink, red, navy and silver with textured fabrics served as inspiration for the stylish guests.
Hamilton, tell us more about your look.
And I just wanted to look very relaxed for this Pink Polo, so I went and I briefed Ketiri and George on this outfit for mine, and this is my way of interpretation of the Pink Polo.
First of all, it's so fresh and feminine and easy to wear, and it's by Elrico Zar, and I've been dying to be dressed from him for so long. I just saw it and he said I have this option, and I'm like fell in love with it.
My look was my third look. It is stressful, okay? So this was the final one that I decided. It's just sleek, it's simple, and it's comfortable, and it's pink, all in aid of breast cancer, of course.
While fashion may be one of the biggest attractions of the day, the most important factor is, of course, some polo.
The teams for the enthralling high goal polo match were captained by Springbok players Tom de Bruyn and Leroux Hendricks in a bid to win the coveted Pink Polo trophy.
Now, Wayne, you are a cricket player. Would you ever trade your cricket boots for a polo match sometime?
I don't think I would actually. Just watching here, it looks like a very, very difficult sport. Obviously, I have a lot of respect for any athlete, but watching these guys out here in all of the hot gear, and it's obviously quite a warm day today. So, rather give me a cricket ball.
Just watching it, it looks like quite a difficult sport. So, hats off to the guys running around there and doing what they're doing for a good cause.
My polo name, ooh, number one. The best? I don't know.
Ongile, the super fast. I don't know. I feel like you should be quite grounded and but also show your skills. So I try to be the quickest polo player on the field.
As wonderful as the party and polo may be, the celebration is galloping towards more research, treatment and screening to help the fight against breast cancer.
While we might not be seeing our celebs on a horse anytime soon, today proves that fashion and fun can go hand in hand for a good cause.
Well, here's something quite exciting. You can stand a chance of winning a shopping spree for you and your little one, as Woolworths Little World is giving away a shopping experience to the value of 10,000 Rand with your own personal stylist. And the best part is that your shopping experience will be filmed and aired right here on Expresso.
Now, Little World is a free Woolies community for moms and dads with little ones up to the age of 7. So parents, this one is for you. All you need to do is make sure that you are a member of Little World by signing up online. Then swipe your Woolies or My School card when purchasing any item at a Woolworths store. including the online store, and every swipe equals an entry into that lucky draw.
There we go. The competition is now open until the 7th of December 2017, so don't miss out. Get entering. Go to woolworths.co.za/Little World to find out more, and T's and C's are available on expressoshow.com.
So long gone are the days where you need to actually go into your bank branch or store for day-to-day transactions, paying rent, transferring money, managing debit orders, or even buying airtime or electricity can now be done in the palm of your hand, no matter where you are. Nedbank's brand new money app is literally changing the way we manage our money and see our money and live our day-to-day lives. And now here to tell us a little bit more about this incredible new journey are our friends and partners from Nedbank, Vanessa Singh, Executive of Marketing for Retail Banking and Business, and of course Stelios Flakis, Executive Digital Retail and Business Banking. And you guys have been so busy with this launch. It's been amazing to walk these first few steps with you, but I know this has been in development for quite a while, and understandably looking at all of the new features. Vanessa, I'm going to start with you because you are like the parent of a new child, so excited about this new journey. Why are you so excited?
So, you know, we launched our new campaign, a brand campaign around See Money Differently. Now, see money differently, there's rich insights around why do we want people to see money differently? Because money well managed can make a real difference to people's lives. So one needs to take it seriously. But how does one take it seriously? You need the tools in order to help you take it seriously. And that's why we launched the new Nedbank Money app. The Money app allows people to manage and control their money like never before.
Yeah, I can testify to that. What has the response been like?
Well, phenomenal. The downloads on the app.
Yeah, the social media is going crazy. It's on fire.
Yeah, it's on fire. And even the advertising.
Yeah, and I'm glad you touched on that, because this is probably one of the coolest ad campaigns I've seen, because it's effect-driven. Ultimately, you start to understand what the app is about from the second you start engaging with it. Stelios, maybe I can put this to you. Is this the way banking is going? I know that millennials rule the world at the moment. Is this where banking is now, in the palm of your hand?
Absolutely. If you look at everything we do today, from the time you get up, checking out the weather app, ordering a car to pick you up, then ordering some lunch, booking your flights, your accommodation, everything you do today is really based off an app. And the new Nedbank Money app just takes that one step further. It enables your lifestyle and your living, bringing it to life with you, putting it in your hand, anytime, access, safe, simple, and really sexy in its design.
Yeah, I'm glad you said it. You said the S word. I'm not talking safe. I mean sexy.
Remember those days when you had to go to a travel agency to book your flights?
Yeah.
Now it's unheard of. People book their flights on their phone. Do you need to go into a branch to do your banking? Do you have to call a call center to do banking? The answer is no.
And you can use your greenbacks in the mix there as well. I love the previous app was great already, but this has been a quantum leap forward. I think what makes it, differentiates it from the old app for you?
I think a couple of things. Firstly, our customers were telling us that they wanted more, and they wanted simpler, they wanted easier functionality. And then we also looked at globally, what's the top trending apps, not just in banking, but apps generally. So what we called it the gold standard. What we did was when we said, these are the best functionalities in the app world, how do we go one up? And that's why our app has the potential to rank in the top quartile of apps globally. And with that, how did we go about doing that? What are the first we do in South Africa? Like quick pay, to make a payment to a beneficiary in just 2 clicks.
Yeah.
It's like amazing.
I love the fact that you can send money, airtime, to people in your contacts list. There are so many of these differentiators that certainly stand out for me. And I think registration is the easiest that I've ever encountered, certainly in the banking space. Very safe, 3 steps. If you're not on it and you're a Nedbank account holder, card holder, go and do it. I can speak from my own personal experience. It has changed the way that I do banking. So
and if you're not with us as yet,
come on.
Then come and join us. Switch to us. You can manage and control your money like never before.
be inspired. And we know that we don't live for our money, we live for far greater things, but we need our money to get us there. So bank anytime, bank anywhere, and do it data-free to boot with the new Nedbank Money app. And of course, you can go visit us on our Facebook page for more details on how you can win some pretty cool daily prizes simply by downloading the app. So get on it now.
Bank anytime, anywhere with the new Nedbank Money app. To enroll, simply enter your Nedbank card number and PIN, and that's it. Download the new Nedbank Money app today and manage your money like never before.
All right, quickly take a look at what's coming up after the break. We can see Kat is like in there.
I'm a student of life through Loki right now, man.
This guy is phenomenal. Listen, yes, an interesting chat coming up with Dr. Eve a little bit later on. Should you stay together for the sake of the kids when it comes to splitting up? It's a very, very tough subject. We would love to know your thoughts as well. 021-430-9881. Keep that number handy.
And then hopefully to lighten the mood a little bit, we'll be enjoying some music, some more music from Loki Rothman on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Do that thing with the guitar.
Looking back now, I was young and naive, wishing for things that I don't really need. Through all the trouble, I wish I knew that it was all a math to you. Sometimes I wonder, what was I thinking back then? I suppose it all worked out fine. Cool.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show on a Monday morning. It's Expresso on SABC3. Listen, we've got a very hot topic coming up with Dr. Eve talking about staying together or leaving for the sake of the children. Give us a call on 021-430-9881. Right now, though, let's take a look at this morning's news headlines.
Die nasionale nuusdienst president Cyril Ramaphosa vertrek vandag weer na Londen, waar hy aan die hoof sal staan van span Suid-Afrika vir die Wêreld Rugby Raad se aankondiging oor watter land in 2023 die derde grootste sportskouspel in die wêreld gaan aanbied. Die aankondiging word Woensdag gedoen. Ramaphosa het in September Suid-Afrika se bod gelei toe die land sy saak gestel het om die 2023 toernooi aan te bied. Die SA bod is daarna as die gunsteling en eenparige keuse vir die Rugby Wêreldbeker Raad aangewys. Die stad Johannesburg bied 'n beloning van R100,000 vir inligting na die inbraak en diefstal Saterdag van koperkabels ter waarde van sowat R2 miljoen uit sy datasentrum in Bramfontein. Die stadse burgemeester Herman Mashaba sê die inbraak was bedoel om die inisiatief vir die bou en versterking van die stadse data en infrastruktuuromgewing te saboteer. Hy sê hy vermoed dit is met hulp van iemand binne uitgevoer, aangesien daar geen tekens van gedwonge toegang was nie. Op die internasionale front massagrafte met minstens 400 lyke is naby Hawija, 'n Irakiese stad wat tot verlede maand deur Islamitiese staatvegters beset was, gevind. Kirkuk-provinsie se gouverneur Rakan Said sê die gruisame fonds is by 'n lugmagbasis net buite die stad gedoen. Van die slagoffers het siviele klere aangehad, ander was in die oorpakke geklee wat die IS mense laat aantrek het kort nadat die doodsvonnis oor hulle uitgespreek is. In 'n opname verlede jaar is 72 terreine geïdentifiseer waar daar moontlik meer as 15,000 liggame begrawe is. En dan tenslotte, 'n cholera-uitbreking in Tanzanië het die afgelope 2 maande die dood van 18 mense tot gevolg gehad. Die ministerie van Gesondheid het in die naweek gewaarsku dat dit nog kan vererger weens die reenseisoen wat steeds voortduur. Die ministerie sê uit 570 gevalle wat tussen 1 September en 31 Oktober aangeteken is, was 18 noodlottig. In 2015 het 150 mense in Tanzanië aan cholera omgekom. Well, that was your 8 o'clock news update. Let's get a final look at what's happening in the world of sport. Here's Graham.
After a glittering evening, Luvo Manyonga was named as the country's sports star of the year last night at the South African Sports Awards in Kempton Park. Manyonga beat out a tough field, Wade van Niekerk and Caster Semenya to the title, while earlier in the night he was also named as Sportsman of the Year. And following their World Series win, the Blitzbokke took home Team of the Year, while Caster Semenya walked away with Sportswoman of the Year, and of course the People's Choice Sports Star of the Year as well. Then on to massive disappointment in rugby. The Springboks got their European tour off to a very disappointing start as they fell to a 38-3 loss against Ireland in Dublin on Saturday. In South Africa's biggest defeat against the Irish in history, the Boks' only points came from an Elton Jantjies penalty in the 43rd minute as Ireland ran in 4 tries. In other results coming out of the weekend, the All Blacks beat France 38-18, Australia downed Wales by 29 points to 21, and England saw out a 21-8 win over Argentina. Then more disappointment in football, sadly, as Bafana's quest for the 2018 World Cup qualification came to an end on Friday as they lost to Senegal by 2-0 in Polo. The win took Senegal 5 points clear at the top of Group D, and that sees them qualified for the World Cup for the first time since 2002. Following this weekend's round of qualifiers, Tunisia and Morocco secured the points they needed to join Nigeria, Egypt and Senegal as Africa's representatives at next year's World Cup showpiece in Russia. Then we round off with the good news. Brendan Grace, he ended South Africa's 10-year wait for a Nedbank Golf Challenge title as he powered to victory by 1 shot at the Gary Player Country Club in Sun City. In yesterday's final round, Grace hits a phenomenal 6 under 66 to finish the tournament on 11 under, 1 stroke clear of second place Scottish golfer Scott Jamieson. So Brendan Grace became only the 6th local champion and the first South African to lift the cup since Trevor Immelman did it back in 2007. We send him our heartfelt congratulations. And that's where we leave our sport for this morning.
Take a last look at your weather and those temperatures right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and it looks like a hot but partly cloudy day for most parts of South Africa, with a couple of thunder showers expected in some high-felt areas, and then cooler conditions can be felt along the Western Cape coastline at the start of the week. Kom ons hardop vinnig deur daai temperature. Polo begin op 16, dit styg na maksimum 29, Mbombela 17:31, Pretoria 17:31 met 'n paar donderstorms wat verwag kan word, Johannesburg 16:29, Maikeng 19:32, Klerksdorp 18:31, Kimberley begin op 18 en 'n maksimum van 33, Bloemfontein 16:32, Richards Bay on 22 with a high of 32 degrees, Pietermaritzburg 19:31, Durban 22:27, Mthatha 16 minimum with a maximum of 28 degrees, East London 16:22, Cradock 14:32 degrees, Port Elizabeth 16:22, George 14:20, Sutherland 8 degrees minimum, nice and cool, but then warming up to 23, Cape Town 14:20, Worcester 13:23, Springbok on 10 minimum with a maximum 23 degrees, and Uppington on 14 and a very, very hot day expected, maximum of 37 degrees. That's a wrap of your weather on your Feel Good Breakfast Show for your Monday morning.
Now, BP is making hundreds of travel dreams come true by giving away 21 dream holidays every week until the 15th of December. And in line with this promotion, from today until the end of this campaign, entrants to the BP Fuel My Festive competition will also stand a chance of winning travel prizes right here in the Pick a Box competition.
Exactly. So on the line is Nisa Gonzalez, who entered the competition by filling up with 400 Rand or more and then swiping her Avios card at BP. We've got her on the line. Good morning, Nisa. Welcome to Expresso.
Hi, good morning. Who am I speaking to?
You're speaking to Leanne and to Zoe. Are you well this morning?
I'm lying yourself, guys.
Yeah, we're so good. We're so good. Not as good as you, though, because we've got boxes in front of us with the word Expresso spelled out. All you have to do is pick your letter, because each box contains a prize. And once you've chosen your letter, we're going to open the box and then reveal which prize you've won. Are you ready, Nisa?
I am definitely winning, and I am selecting the X.
The X.
That is the X. Okay, Zoe, let's see what's in the box.
We'll open it
This is
for
so
you.
exciting. Nisa, are you ready?
I'm ready.
You want to do that?
I'm
What has she won? You have won a Volcano Impulse Series Bluetooth headphone. Yes,
wow.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you love your prize?
I love it. I absolutely love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Congratulations, my love. This is so cool.
Very cool indeed. And see, it was that easy for you to win on Expresso. Now, don't forget to swipe your Avios card when you fill up with 400 Rand or more at any participating BP, and you will automatically be entered into the BP Fuel My Festive competition, as well as stand a chance at winning some incredible spot prizes right here on Expresso. But for more info on those T's and C's, visit our website, that's expressoshow.com or bp.co.za.
Spend 400 Rand or more at BP, swipe your Avios card and you could win big. Make your dream holiday a reality with hashtag BP Fuel My Festive.
Yeah, Nisa can now use her brand new pair of headphones to listen to Loki while she's on the road, because they're Bluetooth, all right? But right now it's time for another live performance from our guest artist today, and we're getting brand new music. I'm being told exclusively by Loki that nobody has ever heard this song before, so this is a studio exclusive. Here he is performing Map to You.
Looking back now, I was young and naive, wishing for things that I don't really need. Through all the trouble, I wish I knew that it was all a map to you. Sometimes I wonder, what was I thinking back then? I suppose it all worked out fine in the end. And now you're here with me, and now I know it's true. It was all a map to you. All the lights and all the stars I never knew, the light breaks through, navigating from your heart as you walk into the room. It was all a map to you. I packed my things, I left her behind. I couldn't waste any more of my time. I liked her a little, I guess she liked me too, but it was all a map to you. I'll tell you my stories if you tell me yours too. We can laugh about it now as it takes away the blues. And I've never felt this, it's not deja vu. It was all a map to you. All the lights and all the stars I never knew, pointing me to where you are as the light breaks through, navigating from your heart as you walk into the room. It was all a map to you. I used to have another point of view, and all the songs sounded like blues. And all this time, and I never knew it was all a map to you. It was all a map
Rothman on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Exclusive studio performance there for us. Map to You. Brand new music. Nice stuff,
so
man. All right. So should people start assuming that you are moving away from the Afrikaans market, slotting into the English market for now? I mean, yeah, we've heard 2 songs from you this morning that were both English.
I kind of just follow. At the moment, I'm kind of just following what I feel.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I get to a certain stage in the year where I write English music. I'm busy writing Afrikaans music now. So when I'm usually singing English music, I'm busy writing Afrikaans music. You know? And
that's very confusing.
Yeah. So yeah, and vice versa. Or if I'm not writing, I'm busy learning new stuff on the guitar and checking out new stuff. And
I love the fact that you are still a student of the instrument and you still have so much to learn from it. So when can we expect an album, and what does the rest of 2017 and early 2018 have in store for you?
I think I'll probably do that Map to You will probably release next year, and then I'm not going to put a date on the Afrikaans album because I really want to spend time on it, because I haven't
especially after the Guma.
I've never released I've always released Afrikaans singles and collaborations with other artists.
Yes.
So I think this one's going to be quite a big thing for me, going like, I'm going to release this album.
Let's not put you under too much pressure, that's all right. But in the meantime, you can follow Loki on social media at Loki Rothman, and of course keep up with his comings and going. Thank you so much for
Thanks so much.
music. Hope you enjoyed it too. Let us know on our social media platforms.
We'll be taking a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Always great having Loki in the studio with us.
He's so good on the guitar. It puts me off learning any instruments. You know, he's just so good. I don't know. Well done,
unbelievable. We'll be taking a quick break. Dr. Eve is with us in studio. That means we are talking relationships. And this morning it is a sensitive one. Are you staying together for the sake of the children? Feel free to stay anonymous. Our lines are open. That number is 021-4309-881.
That's a very, very big topic indeed. And there's also time for frugal feasting, because we don't want to throw away our leftover food, maybe that you've made over the week. Now, I'm a big fan of lentils, and I normally make a little bit too much, but we've got something very, very cool in store for you. It's frikadelles with lentils with your leftovers. Stick around.
Get a taste of the smooth life and win when you buy Tropica. Follow the entry details on your Tropica bottle and stand a chance to win daily airtime prizes, weekly giveaways of Fujifilm Instax cameras, Daniel Klein His and Hers watches, or travel vouchers. You could also win the grand prize of a trip for 2 to the Maldives and stay at the luxurious Adarin Resorts. Visit tropica.co.za for info and T's and C's.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Monday morning edition of your Feel Good Breakfast or Expresso on SABC3. Now let's picture it for a little moment. It is that kind of life ideal, most beautiful picture where people strive to have a household with a loving partner and raising your children together. But sometimes cracks may start to appear in your relationship, and you may think that it's, is it really worth it to stay together for the sake of the children? And is it always the right thing to do? What do you do?
What do you do? Well, we're asking a few questions, especially, are you thinking of ending your relationship, but afraid to leave because of what it might happen to, or what it might do to your children? Are you thinking of having children to fix your relationship, or has your relationship survived being on the rocks because you decided to invest in raising your children together? Those are some of the questions we're asking, and our relationship expert, Dr. Eve, is with us in the building to engage with you on your questions and comments. So please feel free to call us. Stay anonymous if you want to. That number is 021 430 9881.
All right, Dr. Eve, good morning to you. Thank you for joining us. And already with that sigh, I could hear that this is a very nerve-wracking topic for you. Yes.
Thank you.
So let's start first. Yes, go ahead.
I was just feeling I'm really not an expert on this. This is really a difficult, contentious conversation.
It is, yeah.
So go ahead.
And that's why we welcome all of your questions, especially your comments if you have real-life situations to relate to us, and maybe questions you may be struggling with. But let's first start off at the beginning by asking, is there research that shows that being able to grow up in a household with both parents there is more advantageous for your development as a child?
Right, so there's research that's going to show you both sides of the coin, actually. It's going to tell you that if you stay together for the sake of the kids, this is really beneficial because children do need to have an intact family. Whether it's one parent who's going to be very solid, that's intact. If you're going to have two, that's fantastic. But it depends on the quality of that relationship with those parents. So if you're going to have parents who are conflicting all the time, or there's abuse in the relationship between those parents, it is not a good idea to stay together, excuse me, for the sake of the children. It's not a good idea to do that. The children are more harmed by that. And there's lots and lots of narratives that will come forward where the children will say, I really wish that our parents had split up. It was way more detrimental than actually staying together for the sake of us. We felt it, we felt the tension. We really wondered why they stayed together. So clearly, if there is abuse, I mean, that's a no-brainer that you need to be separating and be protecting your children if there's abuse in your household between the two parents. However, there is also awareness that once parents are divorced, what do they do with those children? Because they are going to, in all likelihood, take the conflict, take the acrimony that exists between them into their co-parenting. And then what happens to those children? Is it really good for those children who are coming out of an acrimonious household? Do their lives really improve when they are now separated from the nuclear family? Or do those parents continue to create so much conflict between themselves that the children are more harmed or as harmed by being out of the marriage, the marital home, than being inside the marital home? And I'm really interested to hear what our viewers have to say about that. Because I think about parents who become very self-absorbed, very neglectful during the time of a relationship when they are very distraught and unhappy. Do they really give attention to those children when they're married? And then how much attention do they give to the children once they're divorced?
Well, we would love to hear from you. Some interesting questions coming out. Dr. Eve, our lines are open. Give us a call if you've got a comment or a question. Is it better to stay together for the sake of the children? That's one of the questions we're asking. Those lines are open, 021 430 9881.
Let's get some frugal feasting down. So it's a Monday. We know that we're always left with tons of leftovers, and we don't want to waste a thing. We're also going to call it a meat-free Monday. So Ewan very kindly offered to make us a little breakfast this morning with a bit of a meat-free inspiration. So I'm guessing you have lentils left over, because you always overdo it when you're making
Can I just set the record straight here? I'm just making my lunch for later on today. Okay, just so if anyone...
Our lunch.
Fine, okay. you did make me wear the apron. But yes, lentils is one of those things that I kind of eat frequently in my diet. I love it. Things like lentils, quinoa, those kind of things. But there's always leftover. Yeah, and you never really know what to do with it. Exactly. Sure. So I figured, let's make some lentil fricadelles. Let's make some lentil fricadelles.
Dude.
Yeah, man, because, you know, it's a good meat-based substitute, perfect for meat-free Mondays as well, which is amazing. So let's get some spice in there. We've got some coriander and some cumin.
You've already given these a bit of a pounding.
So basically, after you've made it, you mash them a little bit. Some garlic going there.
You want them to bond nicely as well, I suppose,
dude, as if you would, like, you know, your normal mincemeat. Yeah. All right, just a little touch of salt.
And that's the thing. Lentils can be a little bit bland, but they obviously have a lot of substance to them. They're great kind of vegetable protein. Yeah. Or legume protein.
Legume protein. So I'm just going to give this a little bit of a quick mix. Actually, Let me get my hands in there.
Yeah, do it, man.
There, would you hold my wooden spoon?
Why have we got a miniature? Did you leave this in the water too long or something? It's shrunk down, I don't know.
Okay, so you kind of made that. I should probably have had a bigger bowl, but it's okay. But I just made it a little too much.
That's why we had a miniature spoon.
So give them a good mix. All right. Now, what you do with it when you finish it, just like you would your normal meatballs. If I stop making a mess right now.
No, do it, boo.
Okay.
So that's why we took it outside.
Yeah. So you just basically press them into a little ball, like you would a fricadelle.
Yeah.
And there you have a beautiful fricadelle. So you can either do them in the pan or you can put them in the oven and bake them nicely 180 degrees up until they're nice and brown.
Yeah, you want them just to crisp on the outside.
Yeah, look, you've got the onions are there, which is now raw, but the lentils are cooked already. So very quick. Man, I'm making such a mess, but it's okay.
Do it.
It's okay.
It's all right, bro.
And it is my lunch, so it's okay. So perfect way to kind of use that leftover lentils, because most oftentimes, I mean, these things end up in the trash.
Yeah, man, and it really is such a waste. I like the fact that something that's super healthy here, and it is a substitute for meat. We love our red meat on the show, yes, we know, but in the aim of getting a meat-free Monday, making sure that we don't lose out on that protein which you need when you're training. Also, beautiful energy here. These little guys are going to see through your day,
and it makes you feel good.
Workout.
Yeah. I really love eating this kind of foods as well, because it makes you feel, you know, not bloated, not heavy as well. It's absorbed by the body quite nicely as well. Now the keyword is dinner. SMS that to 33728. That's dinner to 33728, and then you can also check it out on our website a little bit later on. Oh, there's a lot of onion on that one.
That one, I'll have that one. You eat that one.
Yeah, you can have the onion one.
We should put some parsley there to offset it. Really simple way that you can make sure that you're not wasting anything that you've cooked over the weekend, and the same idea can be applied to other ingredients, but I think the lentil really has been our hero,
and this is great.
Unassuming hero for the day. Well done,
and if you want, you can make a little bit of a sauce to go with it, like a nice tomato sauce or something. Add a little basil to it, which could be quite nice as well, and then you have a brilliant family meal. I'm going to get one more out there, then my lunch is sorted.
I like the size. They've gotten bigger and bigger as you've gone along, bro.
Yeah, I know, just to make sure, you know, it's a man-sized fricadelle.
I mean, you could even take it a step further, make some patties or something like that for a veggie burger.
Absolutely.
Brilliant,
Absolutely.
Very
so there we go. Enjoy it. Dinner is the keyword. SMS that to 33728. More frugal feasting heading your way in just a bit.
Well, we are back with Dr. Eve on Expresso, and we're talking about things you and your partner need to consider if you realize you're only in your relationship for the sake of your children. Now, our lines are open. That number is 021-430-9881. Dr. Eve, I've got a question. If, you know, someone's considering separating, getting a divorce, leaving their partner, whose well-being should take preference? That of the parents or those of the children?
That's a great question, Zoe, because children are only as good as what the parents are. So your first priority is to be able to find your own groundedness, to be able to be mature enough and to be able to be well enough, or to get professional assistance to help you through making this decision, so that you are strong when you're then telling the children, we're leaving, or this relationship is now ending. One of the things that happen is that parents become very selfish. I mentioned it just now. They're very selfish. And it's not that they want to stay for the sake of the children. I mean, let's get over that. They stay for the sake of themselves, because they don't want to leave their children. I cannot tell you how many couples will say to me, if it wasn't for the children, I would be out of here. They have an attachment to their children. They don't want to be living separately from their children. So there could be a selfishness around it, that no matter how much conflict or abuse is happening or unhappiness in this marriage, I'm staying because I don't want to leave my children. So you really have to be considered around who's benefiting, as you ask the question, who really does benefit from that? Yes, you want to be there, you want no one else to raise your children, but are you the best parent, or is this the best relationship for your children to be in? And a lot of the times it's not, and therefore you have to be mature enough to say, I need to get out of this. And we need to be taking care that we co-parent our children in a way that is going to be best for our children, because we recognize the way we're doing it right now in this marriage is not the best for our children. But that's kind of la-la land, because people can't stay married because they can't find ways to agree. So how are they going to agree once they're divorced and once other people come into their lives? It becomes chaos for children.
Well, we're going to keep our lines open, 021-430-9881. I want to talk about what happens should you decide to separate, right, with the children there. What could happen in terms of the development of the children? What kind of things could play out?
Yeah, what effects will it have on the child?
Yeah, what effects? So we look at research and we see what does research show, and research will show that if those children have got parents who are stable and consistent, which you always hear me saying, those children will thrive. Children have
those separate?
Absolutely, absolutely. They have enormous resilience. Resilience means able to find inner resources to be able to manage with the situation they find themselves in. But it really depends on the stability of each individual parent. If there's one parent who is secure and who is safe and who's grounded, those children will thrive. If you've got two parents who behave like children and they're chaotic, those children are not going to thrive. So it's a responsibility. You were asking, who takes care of who first? It's a responsibility of those parents to make sure that they are in therapy or they get professional assistance or they get family support to be able to be parents and consistent and predictable and stable for those children post-separation. Those children are always going to long for mommy and daddy to be back together again, always. So how are you going to manage that as a parent? And that means that you really have to be mature. Step out of yourself, step out of your anger, step out of your own relationship pain and jealousy and resentment that you're feeling, and be present as an adult for your children.
All right, Dr. Eve, it's a very, very tough topic we're discussing today. When we come back, I want to talk to you about, let's say you've made that decision to separate or divorce, whatever you want to call it, and now you need to have the conversation with the children that are now mature enough to understand that mommy and daddy are no longer going to be together. Give us a call on 02143098881. We'll be back with Dr. Eve shortly.
Very important topics on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We can continue the chat after the break. Are you staying together for the sake of the children? Give us a call with your questions or concerns, 02143098881. And then we're also showing you how a R2 donation can shape a brighter future. All that and more on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Ever wanted to visit a snowy winter wonderland or is relaxing on a tropical island more your thing? You can visit your ideal destination when you win one of 21 dream holidays every week from 2 October until 15 December with hashtag BP Fuel My Festive. Enter the competition by visiting a BP fuel station and swiping your Avios card when you spend 400 Rand or more. Sign up for your Avios card for free at BP and get your entries in to win big with hashtag BP Fuel My Festive.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. Happy Monday to you. We're trying to keep it all kinds of happy with our conversation with Dr. Eve right now. A very, very serious one. We're talking about staying together or separating for the sake of the children in a relationship or a marriage. We've got a caller on the line. Good morning, Anonymous.
Good morning to you.
Thank you so much for your call. What is your question or your comment?
My daughter's busy divorcing, and they've got a 9-year-old child, a girl, and she just thinks there's nothing wrong with the daddy. She just sees a daddy that's on a pedestal, and she just the mother is a wolf in a story, you know. So I feel worried about my daughter. I just went through a divorce now, and I'm still busy with my divorce, and I'm staying with her, and I'm observing all the quarrels that's going through and all that. And yet my granddaughter thinks her mother is the wrong person.
That's a very, very interesting thing. So,
yeah, I would just see... Sorry, Kat.
Yeah, I'm thinking with Anonymous saying that her granddaughter now thinks mommy is the wrong person. How would that have happened? Would that have been because of the 9-year-old little child witnessing what's going on, or could there be an influence from a parent? How do these kind of things come out?
She's just screaming inside. She's just screaming inside.
Yeah.
It's not about who's influencing who. If it is happening like that, that the father is saying bad things, or she's seeing the mother doing things that she doesn't like, she is just responding as a child who is saying, please stop this noise.
Yes.
Please grow up. Please just give me some attention. Take control of your lives.
What would your advice be to mommy, daddy, and child right now?
To parents, just go and get some professional help, because you are hurting your child so badly. The child, if it could be afforded, the child needs to go into therapy. And also she's got a granny who's going through a divorce. So she's really confused and feeling very unsettled about what's going on with relationships.
Yeah. Perhaps this maybe links up to the question that I was asking before the end of our last segment, that would mom and dad have sat down with a little 9-year-old child to say, this is what is happening, please understand that this is why mommy and daddy are separating, and it might play out this way and this way. How do you have that conversation with a child?
Well, long before mommy and daddy sit down, and of course they should be doing that, the child is getting the incredible tension and conflict that's going on in the household, and probably no one's talking to her about it, but she's getting her own messages and she's living in fear and trepidation about what's going on between mommy and daddy. And she's got to find like a good parent, like she's finding the dad. And it doesn't matter, I mean, the parents should not get involved in who did what, or who's the better parent, or who's the right or wrong over here. That just splits the family, makes the child have to choose, which is a terrible thing to do. Yeah. So I would say to that child, okay, so you know, you think that dad is fine, is your favorite, or you think that dad is... Don't put the child into a position where she has to decide who is the better parent. These parents have got to come up to the table over here. It is so bad that the child is dominating what's going on. She's screaming for help. She's saying to the parents, which all children do, get your act together. Stop behaving like children. I want to be the child. I want to be taken care of.
Oh, well, our lines are staying open. 0214309881. We would love to hear your comments and your questions. When we get back, Dr. Eve, I want to know, you know, you have a lot of couples that think a baby will save the marriage, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. So give us a call.
Yes.
Well, there is an entire generation of children who are at risk for stunted growth and poor development because of a lack of proper nutrition. Now, thankfully, there are incredible initiatives like KFC's Add Hope, who are working with NGOs to make sure children get the nutrition they need. Your donations to Add Hope help change children's lives and could lead to them becoming incredibly resilient and kind-hearted adults, which is exactly what happened with a young man from KwaZulu-Natal.
From the age of 1, Ndabazintle Khatebe was taken in by the Pietermaritzburg SOS Children's Village and raised by loving house mother Cindy. Now 22, this confident young man is proud to be studying social work at university so he can make a difference in society.
Being abandoned or being an orphan is one of the hardest things attached to you. I've encountered several challenges, but my biggest challenge was when I had to go to a special school because I had a problem in reading and writing. I thought that I'll never be able to be a person or achieve my goals because I went to a special school.
It was very difficult for Ndabe to be in grade 3. So when I reached primary, said, no, your child cannot go further. They put Ndabe to Clarendon, where there are specialists and the psychologists were there, so that, okay, Ndabe is good to go to St. Christopher's. It was amazing. Ndabe started to love his homework, but before, he used to be chaotic. When we sit here on the table doing the homework with other children, he used to make noise and cry, says, I can't, Ma, I can't do this. Then I said, you know what, I don't like to hear that word, is I can't. Even if you struggle of doing something, you must say, I can, I'm gonna try, do it.
The special school that I went to also included disabled people. So I kept on asking myself, why am I there? Because I'm not disabled. But because I was struggling to read and write, St. Christopher's was able to help me in a manner that will help me to be able to go to a mainstream school. And I managed to go to Carter, and I was accepted at Carter. through working hard and the support of the house mother, Mum Cindy, who planted words of encouragement to me, such as, do not give up, the future is in your hands, you have the ability to do it. There's no words such as I can't. And being in a school of disabled people made me more motivated to do more for myself and work harder because they were able to do great things in their circumstances.
SOS Children's Villages provide a loving home for vulnerable children and help them to develop their physical, social and cognitive skills.
As SOS, we believe that in order for us to be able to provide this loving and caring family, we need to work with different partners. KFC is one of our main stakeholders, which helps us to provide support to our children through the nutritional support that they are providing to SOS Children's Villages.
It's been said that food is the most important thing with children, especially breakfast. We enforce that with children. A child that doesn't have a good breakfast cannot function properly. Children that have had a breakfast and have had a good meal, they perform much well. Their concentration is better, they're more alert, they perform better when they're out on the grounds. The energy levels are also higher.
Add Hope's partnership with NGOs around the country like SOS Children's Villages help children to thrive. And Ndabazinhle is an example of the incredible impact your donations can have.
What kept me going up until now was the dance sport ballroom dance. My house mother was a dance instructor, which made half of the family members also joining dance.
Ndabe was very popular even in dance. This dance helped me. When there are world trials, when everybody is there in South Africa for competition, Ndabazinhle used to come #1. I was wondering in Bloemfontein, he was very sick, he was ill in Bloemfontein, that he was sleeping in the bus. We didn't think that Ndabe could stand up and dance. But surprisingly, Ndabe came #1. He beat all those people from UK, from New Zealand, from Australia, all over the world. He came #1.
When you add hope, you give a child so much more than food. Add Hope contributed to Ndabazinhle's physical well-being and helped set him on the path to success, so he can now give back to others.
SOS has a program where it looks after the community, which is called the Family Strengthening Program. As a young child, I was motivated to also contribute to society, as I was also helped. Making a difference is something that's within me. I've got the heart for others, helping other people to reach their goals. I'm grateful to be a beneficiary of Add Hope. It has helped me achieve my goals.
I'm proud of him, I'm proud of God, I'm proud of KFC, because without KFC, I couldn't have managed to buy the supplements. I couldn't have managed to buy the relevant food for Ndabe. You really gave Ndabe hope. You really gave the whole village hope.
Welcome back. We're still with Dr. Eve for our final segment on our relationship talks for today. And we're asking very interesting questions. Should you stay together for the sake of the children? But now I want to know the question, Dr. Eve. Often you find, you know, couples have issues and they feel like a baby could save the relationship or bring them closer together.
Can you see the fire coming out? And it's like, whoa, this is so not cool. That's just terrible, Zoe. It's the worst thing to do, the most indulgent, most ignorant thing to do, to imagine that that would be. Well, you know, buying a dog, I think you also have a responsibility, but people start out with that, let's do something together. So
a dog is very different from a child.
No, that's what I say. I'm starting out in a simplistic way, but that's also pretty naive, because dogs also have a right and they also need to be taken care of. So it's a really stupid idea, and I know that a lot of people do that in a desperate attempt to stay together. And I appreciate that people desperately want to stay together because they have invested into something, especially if it's a marriage, because that's a more formal institution. And I really believe that people need to do the work. If you're in a relationship, start when you begin to feel uncomfortable, when you begin to feel the anger and the negativity is more present than the actual positivity that you feel towards that person. When you feel that resentment, when you feel the breakdown in communication, when you feel you are disengaging from that relationship, please go and talk to somebody at that point. Don't wait until there is complete breakdown, moving into what's called indifference. Because when you're indifferent, you're flatlining, and there is no way you're going to get back together again. Please do it. So no, do not have children as a way of rescuing your relationship. That is selfish, and it's ignorant, and it's absolutely a high-risk situation to bring a child into that environment.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Eve,
Yes,
for
it's a
your
pleasure.
brilliant comments and expertise. And thank you to our callers as well. We
Yes.
ended off with a comment from Nomawe, too, from Hermanus, who said that at the end of the day, in order to raise a happy child, you need to be a happy parent, a happy mother, a happy father.
Hallelujah.
So take care of yourself
Yeah.
first. Well, thank you very much. We'll be doing this again next week. And as always, Dr. Eve, thanks, babe.
He's cute.
Clover Classic Custard and Clover Crush are hashtag way better together. Stand a chance of winning daily cash and airtime prizes or the grand prize of a Toyota RAV4 when you buy a 1 kilogram classic custard and a 1 litre crush together. To enter the competition, dial *120 *5676 hash and follow the prompts. You'll need the barcodes from both products and can enter as many times as you like. For the full competition, T's and C's, visit clover.co.za.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is a Monday morning. Happy Monday indeed. And listen, Friday was a great day indeed, because Winner Home ended on a very, very high note with a live broadcast, a very emotional grand finale indeed, and in a very unique and I think big coincidence, all of the 6 randomly selected viewer finalists were all ladies.
And I think the lady luck shone down on one lady in particular, as she won a home to the value of 3 million rand from the Eye of Africa Golf and Residential Estate in the south of Johannesburg. But let's quickly see what went down on Friday.
Inside only one of those. We don't know which safe holds the key, and we don't know which plinth might be holding the winning safe. Contestants, it's time for you guys to do the honors. On my cue, I'm going to ask you to just turn the key. So please take a step towards your safes, ladies. Place your hand on your key. Don't turn until my cue. You may not open your safe until I give you the cue. Please turn your key to unlock your safe clockwise. All the safes are now unlocked. Remember, only one of these safes contains the key to a 3 million rand home at the Eye of Africa Golf and Residential Estate. The winner
obviously find a key inside their safe. You may open in after this ad break. No, I'm joking. No ad breaks. No ad breaks. You open your safes in 3, 2, 1. Reveal. Congratulations, Sinclair, congratulations. Come on over here, come on over.
What a moment! What a moment! Oh, wow, wow, wow. And joining us this morning, Zindlekom, the grand prize winner of Winner Home Season 4, all across South Africa. And even right now, there are tears of joy. We are rejoicing with you, Zintle.
Thank you so much.
Wow, wow. I mean, the incredible thing about this is that, firstly, you only entered once.
Yes, I did.
For the competition, all right? Tell me, what made you enter?
The dream of having a home for my children was the main one.
Yeah.
Because I don't normally enter competitions, and I had deleted the email, but on second thought, I went back to my recycle bin.
Yeah.
And then entered the competition. Yeah. And there was one question to answer: which team do you like, or which team do you think we will win?
Yeah.
And I just answered that question, and that was it.
Now, I believe your story is also very remarkable. What happened the day you found out that you were a finalist?
First of all, I told Loma to call me back an hour later because I couldn't believe him. And then after sending off the documents on my way home, I bumped my car.
Oh,
and
no.
it has a small dent on the fender as we speak. Because I was very much shocked, because I really didn't expect to get that call on that day.
Yeah. And I understand that you and your family have also been going through difficulties very recently. Tell me about that.
I think it's one of the things that happen in life. You get involved with people thinking that they are honest as you are, but realize that that was not the case. And that before you know, you are in a tight corner, losing everything, starting from your house, your car, nowhere to live, and then things started spiraling down, and I was in a very tight financial corner, and just took my kids, went to live with my friends.
And that's where you are right now?
That's where we are at the moment.
Sure.
But I need to know from you, when you saw that key inside the safe, what went through your mind?
I couldn't believe it. Though I had got the instruction that there was one key in the boxes, I still couldn't believe that that was the key. So I was shocked for a moment, and being a delayed response type of a person, I think that happened on that day. I can't describe the feeling that I had at that moment. I think my heart almost stopped. And I thought I was going to fall, but the next thing I realized, I just screamed. And then the rest is history.
Have you decided which house you're going to pick, which design duo's house?
I did.
Yes?
On Saturday. I chose my dream home. I chose the Team VC house.
Oh, look at that.
At that. And this is a 3 million rands home at a picturesque Gulf estate. What do you do these days? Well, this is now these days, starting on Saturday and Sunday. When you wake up in the morning, do you have to pinch yourself?
Every day, yeah. I still cannot believe it.
Oh, well, Zintle, you are a deserving winner. Congratulations. That home is yours. We are all jealous, but we are oh so happy for you.
I'm emotional. I'm so emotional. I'm about to cry right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Zintle.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Oh, how amazing!
That's why we do this job. That is beautiful.
Absolutely.
Man.
Now, we've also got great tips that can be used with that brand new home. It's how to shine with Mac Kitchen Cleanup Time. Now, did it ever occur to you that the places where you clean and the things that you clean with could be some of the germiest things in your kitchen? So we've decided to round up our top 3 and let's count it down.
Yeah, let's start with number 3, and this one might shock you. It's the humble dish towel. These are big cross-contamination offenders. Studies, in fact, show that most people touch dish towels before and after washing their hands. I think we all fall victim to that. And obviously then you recontaminate your own hands in that process. So if you're using a dish towel to wipe up every mess, it'll be covered in bacteria. So make sure you wash them regularly, swap them out regularly, and think about it. Just have that in the back of your mind.
Here, here. Now, dirty item number 2 is the sink. Now, our Expresso sink gets a lot of usage. Think about all of the stuff that you do inside that sink. You clean produce, you defrost meat, and you wash dishes. Now, inadequate washing of your sink can cause different types of bacteria to spread. So a good recipe for a clean sink is a squeeze of Mac added to a bowl of warm water. Dip a sponge in the mixture, create some strong foam, and then scrub your sink. Mac's high foam formula with active lemon acts as a detergent without being abrasive. So try to clean your sink after every dishwashing session to make sure that you get into that real grime and germ
that makes sense. If you're going to wash other things in it, then wash it as well. But this one's going to really freak you out because it freaked me out. The winner for the grossest item in your kitchen goes to, drumroll please, the humble sponge. There are more germs there than in your toilet, guys, because we just use it for absolutely everything. So we know that they obviously the kind of material it's ideal for kind of housing germs, but also the germs spread in there, and then we use it to spread the germs around our kitchens. They should be washed in hot water after each meal preparation or cleaning session. And a nice trick, and this I've learned through the baby process for most disinfection, you can put it in the microwave, slap it on high while it's damp though, while it's still got some water in it for about 30 seconds. That's going to kill all of the bacteria, and it can be done regularly. So please, you can disinfect your sponges after every time that you use them.
Sterilize, sterilize,
dirtier than your toilet. Oh my word.
With these tips, I'll be sure to clean those things more thoroughly in the future, and to help you keep them clean, we're giving away a Mac hamper worth 300 Rand each week. Now, all you have to do to stand a chance of winning is SMS the keyword Mac to 33728. SMSs are charged at R1.50. No free SMSs apply, and T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. This week's giveaway ends at midnight this Friday.
For every dish, for every occasion, Mac makes it easy for you to shine.
Stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast show. We'll be right back after this break.
Clover Classic, the creamy taste that takes you back. Made with love by Clover.
Made with love by Clover.
Clover Classic, the creamy taste that takes you back. Made with love by Clover.
Made with love by Clover.
4, 3.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now, BP is making hundreds of travel dreams come true by giving away 21 dream holidays every week until the 15th of December. And in line with this promotion, from today until the end of the campaign, entrants to the BP Feel My Festive competition will also stand a chance of winning some really cool travel prizes right here in the Pick a Box competition.
Yes, and right now on the line, Colin Simpkins, who entered the competition by swiping his Agios card when filling up with 400 Rand or more at BP. Colin, good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning, pleasure to be with you.
Excellent. Now listen, we've got 7 boxes, each of which contains a prize, and all you've got to do is choose one of the letters in the name Expresso. So which will be yours?
I think I might go for the E.
The P?
For the E.
P or E?
P or E? Easy or petrol?
E for elated.
E for elated,
For
right
the
up there.
first one or the fourth one? First one, there's 2 E's.
There's 2 E's.
Let's go for the fourth one.
The fourth one, this one. Okay, I'll
All right,
open
let's
it.
open up. What is
Well, Colin,
win?
you and yourself a Cellini bag.
Well, there we go. That's
Congratulations,
great.
man. There you go. I'm going to put the prize right here so you
There
can see
you go.
it.
Colin, congratulations. See, it was that easy to do to win with Expresso. Now, don't forget to swipe your Avios card when you fill up with 400 Rand or more at any participating BP, and you will automatically be entered into the BP Feel My Festive competition, as well as a chance of winning one of these incredible spot prizes right here. So congratulations once again, Colin. And of course, if you need to know those T's and C's, they're available at expressoshow.com and bp.co.za.
Excellent. Thank you so much for allowing me to participate.
Listen, thank you very much for joining us. Congratulations.
That's so awesome. Well,
Very
so to
cool.
come tomorrow on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, we've got none other than one of my faves, you guys. Matthew Gold is here, and I'm sure he'll be bringing us some grown folk music.
Some grown folk music.
Yes. Some grown
With them
folk
dreads.
music.
Move over,
So all the grown folk are invited, and the youngsters. Gran Turismo Sport, we're going to review it, but we love you guys so much. Have an awesome day. Love you. Bye-bye.
Expresso Morning Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.
Clover Classic, the creamy taste that takes you back. Made with love by Clover.
Made with love by Clover.